Morning scripture is from Mark chapter 1, beginning at verse 21. Mark chapter 1, beginning at verse 21. They went to Capernaum, and when the Sabbath came, he entered the synagogue and taught. They were astounded at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Just then there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit. And he cried out, "What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." But Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Be silent and come out of him." And the unclean spirit, throwing him into convulsions and crying with a loud voice, came out of him. They were all amazed, and they kept on asking one another, "What is this? A new teaching with authority. He commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him." At once his fame began to spread throughout the surrounding region of Galilee. This June, I will have been preaching for 35 years. And I was casting back in my mind about how many times my preaching or my teaching evoked such a strong response that one could call the response demonic. There's that old saying, "A stuck pig squeals," which is to say, you get too close and you'll get an angry or negative response. There was this one time, early, in fact, in the first year of my ministry, when I got up to speak, and someone who was upset with me about some things I had done and some things I had left undone got up and began to tell me in the worship service my shortcomings. And we could say maybe that was because I was speaking with authority. I don't think so, really. Now, that was an inappropriate thing for her to do. But some of what she was upset about, she was legitimately upset about. And in a different place and time, we could have talked about it. That just wasn't the time or place. So I don't think that counts. During this year, with new circumstances, new challenges, there have been decisions that I've had to make that not everybody likes. And they have let me know that they don't like them. But again, I don't think that opposition is really evil. It's just an expression that none of us know for sure what the right thing to do is. We are guessing or trying to use our best information and moving forward. And some people will disagree. But that disagreement isn't demonic. a time or two, I have sought in prayers or readings and sometimes speaking to address something that I knew was a tense matter, a delicate matter. And it has evoked some discomfort in the people that I address. But again, they're not trying to shout me down. They're just expressing their discomfort. I wonder, in 35 years, have I ever really stirred anything up? Or more accurately, has the Spirit ever really stirred anything up with major opposition, with people out of their own anger, their own illness perhaps, respond by trying to shout me down? And I can't think of any. I'm on the side of those who are listening to Jesus. What is what Jesus is saying? What is what Jesus is doing? How is it affecting me? Am I resisting? Am I not just uncomfortable, but am I trying to shut it down? And that's one side of it. There's another side of it. Jesus is speaking with authority. And the other people, the people in the synagogue at Capernaum, they are astonished. They are astounded. I wonder, is anyone astounded by what I have to say? But more importantly, am I astounded? Am I amazed by what Jesus is doing? By what Jesus is saying? Am I standing with you and helping myself and you to be astounded by what Jesus is doing? Another thing that happens. Jesus stands up to the person, but he does not arrest him. He does not silence him in a way that interferes with his help. He says, "Be quiet and come out of him." He treats this person with compassion. He's willing to step into that person's pain and offer a healing and compassionate word. And the person is healed. My words, are they words of compassion? Are they words that bring healing? Another question. Another place where I stand on this side of Jesus, trying to listen, trying to let the good word be heard. It's an ongoing struggle. It's a struggle for someone who's a preacher and someone who is another follower of Jesus. Things may happen. Things may go a different way than we were planning, a different way than we were expecting. The scribes knew a lot. They argued. I kind of have this picture, and it's probably not accurate, of the scribal teaching. If you've ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you know about his history teacher, the one who speaks in a monotone. Bueller, anyone. Everyone is totally bored. His self is not in it, or doesn't seem to be. When we encounter someone alive, someone engaged, our own attention is drawn to them. I think also of the English teacher that Robin Williams portrayed in Dead Poets Society. Someone who is fully alive, fully engaged with his students, stirring up things in them that they did not know, that they didn't understand. Someone so captured by the power of language that he captures others by the power of language. That's teaching with authority. When you've had one of those teachers, you never forget. I've had a few. And some preachers too. So fully alive to what Jesus was doing, that everyone was caught up in it. What is it that astonishes you? What is it that amazes you? What is it that may make you uncomfortable? That may make you want to resist? That may be a sign that God is at work, that Jesus is at work, that Jesus is on the move with you, inviting us once again to follow.